Here we go, it's recording. Hey guys.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Misguided Penmanship. I'm Anthony.
Oh, I'm Chris.
And I'm Daniel.
Alright, we're back with Spider-Man episode something.
Episode. If
You
we've
should be
done-
17?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Wait, we've recorded for 4 different occasions.
No, 2.
2? Oh wait,
So-
yeah, record 8 in each segment.
Yeah. Remembering now?
No.
No. I see. Alright. What do we want to discuss today, boys?
Excellent question. I wish we would have had more prep time to do this, but
I hate it when you spring these things on us right away, Anthony.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys. You know what? I'm changing the suit. You guys got time.
oh,
La-di-da.
I like that suit.
La-di-da. I like that suit too. But I'm going to change it to give you time to think of a topic.
oh, well, this suit's kind of distracting.
Alright, you got it. Alright, here we go. Perfect.
I thought you were about to put on $20.99, and I was gonna
I was.
actually go.
I did mean it though.
I will walk over. We can talk about taxes.
Alright, have you paid your taxes?
Am I supposed to?
Yes.
When?
Every year.
Well, yeah.
Well, technically you can prepay your taxes if you really wanted to.
How do you
but
prepay your taxes?
You just send them more money.
you send them extra
Hey,
money.
yo, take this amount of money. If can you give it back if I give you too much?
No, you do that intentionally because then they don't charge you as much on taxes.
Yeah. Then
So-
then technically if you prepay, if you don't need to do it since where you work.
Like, I will say there's a specific person in the world who did that and got in a lot of trouble because they were like, he doesn't pay his taxes. He has so many tax write-offs. And
I know him. He's me.
but yeah, pretty much like, it's a valid way to do it, especially if you have lots of money because you don't get as much
If you
money
got a-
taken back in your taxes.
Yeah, if you got a lot of money just sitting around and
Okay. Fuck yeah.
you just kind of prepay an estimated amount of what your taxes will be, and then you don't got to worry as much until when tax time comes around. And sometimes they'll even give you money back depending on how much you actually made.
I love how you knew exactly where to go.
Yep.
Wait a
like-
minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a second there.
Spider Mime?
There we go. Suit's beautiful. I love it. 10 out of 10.
This suit? Or did you
Yeah,
say that?
this suit specifically. 10 out of
It's
10.
not too bad. Knowing where it comes from makes it always nicer.
Oh yeah.
I think that's why I like most of the suits that I do like is because I know where they come from.
Yeah, yo, somebody died here.
Yo, that's a skill issue, bro. Oh, by the way, kill yourself.
God damn it. I was literally just about to say it, but you got that.
Almost forgot.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So, are we done with the taxes talk?
I don't know. Are you done with your taxes?
I mean, yeah, I pay my taxes like a good noodle.
I did my time and I want out.
I paid my taxes. My taxes are going to be silly again this upcoming year
When
Oh,
am I
yeah.
supposed
since
to
I
pay for my
changed
taxes?
jobs.
Am I supposed to be doing my taxes now?
No,
No.
not currently. Taxes should be done right now.
Your taxes should already be done.
Did I do my taxes?
I would hope so.
You'd probably be getting a letter right about now saying you didn't do your taxes. So as long as you haven't gotten a letter saying you didn't do your taxes, you're probably fine.
Uh,
I mean, if anything, the government will tell you.
You will know because when it comes to the government's money, they
They
will
want it.
find you.
I have no idea who you are, but I will find you and I will make you pay taxes.
Yeah.
I'm not worried too much. And
I mean, your taxes might be different because were you living with your parents for most of the last tax year?
from the last tax year,
Yeah.
probably, maybe. When was the last tax year?
2021? No,
2021,
2022.
yeah.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
2022, maybe.
I was
Yeah,
living with my,
2022.
I haven't been out that long. Yeah.
So it's gonna be a little bit different for you, because your parents could claim you as dependent, which means you get more money back.
Mhm. Which means they get more money back as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I
one
made
good
too
thing.
much.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I
Make
was
too
too
much,
old.
it sucks. So yeah, get married, have tons of kids. Taxes are
I don't
better.
want kids. Little
But the tax
goblins.
benefit.
The tax
For
benefit.
I can get married for tax purposes. I
Yes.
do not need to have kids for tax purposes.
Well, actually, getting married is not great for taxes, but having kids offsets being married.
It can, but also being married, depending on how much money you just make in general, can
Yeah.
actually be beneficial.
It can. So, like, you got, let's say there's one source of income, right? But in the household, but it's a lot of money. Getting married technically reduces the tax bracket you're in.
Yep.
But if there's two incomes and they're comparable, it can bump you up a tax bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I need to marry someone that has money
And then quit your job.
and then quit my job.
Yep.
Yeah.
And do
Exactly.
misguided penmanship because it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it won't go anywhere.
Just don't get paid for it. Volunteer.
I'm doing my community service, actually. Doing God's work, making you guys laugh. I got you guys.
You know what, Anthony? I remember when we were doing the practice run and we did this. I was like, I've seen this before recently.
Oh no.
Oh, you're just sitting here thinking about that now. You're like, I've seen this.
I'm like, I saw this not too long ago.
I realized what DLC we're doing,
Mm-hmm.
and all I could think about is you know what.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
And is that gonna be what the whole videos are for the next?
I mean, we could go back to Would You Rather if you guys want.
Well, no. I'd rather talk about what's gonna be the task at hand. Haha, funny jokes.
I'm just creepily just watching them from the ceiling.
I love being able to see the stitching on the back of the mask.
Mm-hmm.
Because then how does he take it off?
Carefully.
With practice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big boy.
Oh, me. Oh.
Okay, look at you go. A little bit more smooth gameplay this time. Sometimes the way they fall is just amazing.
I hate this part.
So,
I remember you failed this part on the practice, even though you were on easy baby mode.
this part's so easy, bro.
It
It's
is
annoying.
easy, but it's just annoying.
All you gotta do is just hit the one. You play tower defense. Just bitch slap him.
Okay, don't hit the right button, I guess.
Oh no, he's gonna get away.
And Anthony.
I got him.
Yeah, that was very close though. He literally turned red.
Yeah, but he has to actually get to the door.
But if you hit them into the door, sometimes it will
That's amazing.
count as them reaching the door on their own.
I'd love to see that. Imagine kicking the guy into the exit.
That'd be pretty funny.
It would be so awesome. It would be so cool. Careful. Alright, he's coming your way.
Mm-hmm.
He almost got away. There you go. So, Anthony, you got any conversation topics?
I did. I cannot tell you a single one of them currently because I'm focused.
What? You're distracted.
I am distracted.
Are you saying that you're distractible?
Yes.
Yes. Final answer.
Final answer? Yes.
Wee.
Look at you go.
Wee.
Well. So taxes, right, guys?
Yes, I
Did
paid
we
my
talk
taxes.
about that yet?
Yeah, we have talked about that. There was Am I the Asshole? AI. Would You Rather?
Taxes?
Taxes was actually not on the list, believe it or not.
But I feel like we talked about it before.
No,
I
I,
feel like-
don't think we
yeah.
talked about it before. I think we should talk about it.
No, I think we have talked about
I
it.
think that's a pretty prevalent thing. Alright.
Don't worry, I'm getting a Would You Rather app.
Alright, perfect. What else was there? What kind of thing
Am I
are
the
these?
asshole?
Yeah, I said
Top
that
post
one.
of all time. My idea. Just me. Alrighty. You guys ready for this?
Yep.
This is the top post of all time. Am I the asshole for telling my wife the lock on my daughter's door does not get removed till my brother-in-law and his daughters are out of our house? My brother-in-law, Sammy, lost his home shortly after his divorce 10 months ago. He moved in with us and brought his twin daughters, Olivia and Sloane. I think he said they're both 18, with him a couple months ago. His sister, my wife, and I have one daughter, Zoe, 16, and she and her cousins aren't close but get along fine. Olivia and Sloane, I think her name is Sloane, I might have pronounced her name wrong. Sloane was the girl, not Sione, Sloane. Have no respect for Zoe's privacy. None. They used to walk into a room and take everything they get their hands on. Makeup, phone, accessories, clothes, school laptop, etc. Zoe complained a lot, and I've already asked the girls to respect Zoe's privacy and stop taking things. My wife and Sammy saw no issue with this. After all, they're girls, and this is typical teenagers' behavior. I completely disagree. Last straw was when Zoe bought a $60 MAC makeup kit that looked like a paint set that she saved up for over a month, and one of the girls, Sloane, took it without permission and ruined it by mixing shades together while using it. Don't know much about makeup, but that's what Zoe said when she found the kit on her bed and was crying. I told my wife and she said she'd ask Sloane to apologize, but I got Zoe a lock after I found she was moving valuable belongings out of the house because of this incident. Sammy and his daughters saw the lock and weren't happy. The girls were extremely upset. Sammy asked about it and I straight up told him. He said, "My daughters aren't thieves. It's normal that girls of the same age borrow each other's stuff." He said Zoe could easily get another makeup kit for $15 from Walmart and shouldn't even be buying expensive adult makeup in the first place, and suggested my wife take care of this defect in Zoe's personality, trying to appear older than she is. He accused me of being overprotective and babying Zoe with this level of enablement. I told him this is between me and my wife, but she shamed me for putting a lock on Zoe's door for her cousins to see and preventing them from spending time with her, saying I was supposed to treat them like daughters, then demanded I remove it, but I said this lock does not get removed till her brother and his daughters are out of our house. She got mad I was implying we kick them out and said her family will hate her for this. So I reminded her that I let Sammy and his family move in, which is something her own family refused to do, so she should start with shaming, blaming them for not taking their own son and niece's granddaughters in. If it wasn't for her family's unwillingness to help, we wouldn't be dealing with this much disturbance at home. Everyone's been giving me and Zoe silent treatment, and my wife is very much upset over this. So TLDR, basically, Zoe wants some privacy, and her nieces that are also moved in are not giving it to her, taking whatever they want, and also messing up her stuff.
So yeah, the dad is not the asshole.
Yeah, dad is
No.
not the asshole. The wife? What?
Yeah, I think the wife needs to go figure some other stuff out.
Did I miss Black Cat?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
by
Did
a
I
lot.
really? Oh,
By a
damn it!
lot.
Yeah.
I was gonna make so many funny jokes, but I completely missed it.
Yeah. No, okay, I have two sisters, right? They stole each other's shit and a lot. And you know what? They got in trouble for it because it's not theirs.
hmm
I don't know what is going on here. The uncle or the other guy in the situation that has the two daughters who are 18
hmm
sounds a little weird.
Yeah, no. So there's a couple things that I want to point out from that story that I'm like, yeah, no, he's not the asshole. One, he said that the lock's going on the door till they move out. He's not
didn't
kicking them
say-
out.
He's not kicking them out.
No.
He said till they move out.
Yep. Which is understandable. That is her getting her privacy and her safe space. All right. Secondly, when he said that they need to have her tested because, or she needs to be corrected.
Her defect.
Yeah, her defect. That's just wrong.
That is very asshole.
That is very much the asshole.
The defect in her. Oh my god.
hmm
That is horrible. Jeez, that is such a asshole thing. we had people live with us for a while when they were in a bad situation.
Yeah.
One of the people did not respect my privacy, was always busting into my room no matter what was happening. There was a sit down talk about it, and if he kept doing it, a lock was going on my door. I think it's a very natural thing for a parent to be like, hey, you're not respecting my kid's privacy. We've talked about this. There's going to be a lock on the door now, so you can't do that.
Yep. I think that's completely sane. What about you, the quiet one over there?
Yeah.
Don't come to school tomorrow. I mean, I mean, don't get me wrong. I completely agree. I mean, definitely not not an asshole. Like, you should be prioritizing your daughter's privacy, and also, like, as a kid, you shouldn't let other people fuck with your shit. Simple as that. I didn't have, like, I had a sister growing up, but, like, we kind of kept our own separate things.
Well, yeah, and in the makeup thing, that's just how kids are these days. They, like gals, they'll buy in quotations, adult makeup. There's no adult makeup. There's just cheap makeup or expensive makeup. It's what you do with it. So, I don't know.
It's what the kid wants. Let the kid have what they want, as long as it's not
exactly.
hard.
I mean, they saved and bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
I'd
that's
be
their shit. It should be
pissed.
respected.
Jeez, that is the worst. Is when somebody breaks your stuff. I had a 2DS, and one of my little cousins came over.
He's an Oscorp post.
I guess so. Oh, I can walk around it.
He came over, busted it. It got replaced by my parents. So that was fine, right? But my parents didn't straight up replace it. My aunt gave my parents the money and they got it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, I understand that he may be frustrated because he's going through a divorce, I guess, and no one else wanted to deal with him, I guess. None of their family. I don't know. There's a couple things that are messed up, or not messed up, but like are not being said. Like, what's the situation between the husband and wife? Is there other tension there?
But at the end of the day, does that really matter?
Not in this case, but like there is ways that there could be reasons why people are acting the way they are.
That's true. But also,
In this particular situation, no,
yeah.
he's not the asshole. Everyone else seems a little delusional. I don't know.
Living in a world full of delusional people.
And like, one thing I always kind of argue about, like the "Am I the asshole?" post. You're only getting one person's perspective of the situation.
Yeah.
True.
And from what I know from reading Catcher in the Rye, unreliable narrators do exist.
What do you mean? That book is entirely with a reliable narrator. I read that book, and he swears he swears.
You know what I can swear to?
Your mother.
Whoa.
An art storage tube.
Whee! Next one.
Alright.
Detective.
Am I the asshole for making a dad joke? Note, my stepdaughter, Madeline, was about a year old when I married her mother, Jessica. Madeline's father died before she was born. Madeline is currently 15 and she's rebelling for almost everything. She did something bad, so while picking her up, I set a punishment for her. Then she said, "You're not my dad, I don't have to follow you." Honestly, I got a bit hurt by that. But I understand that she didn't mean it, and that she'd probably change. I just replied, "I'm still your legal guardian for the next 3 years, and as long as I'm in your house, as long as you're in my house, you have to follow my rules." That happened 2 days ago. So our family was going grocery shopping when Madeline said, "I'm hungry, I need food." I decided to be extremely cheeky and say, "Hi, hungry, I'm not your dad."
Oh!
My son just started to laugh uncontrollably. My daughter was just quiet with embarrassment, and my wife was berating me not to stoop down to her level. I honestly thought it was a funny dad joke, and my son agrees. So am I the asshole? No.
No.
No. Like, if he had said it with,
Wait,
like,
how
intention
how old is the
to...
daughter?
15.
15. Like,
I-
it's teenage angst time. That's just how it is for those kids.
The problem is that you got to know your audience.
Mhm.
She's a 15-year-old girl that's going through stuff. Should he have said it? No. Do I believe this man should be crucified?
Is he an
No.
asshole for it? No.
And
But,
that's
like,
the thing. Is, like, did he say it with intention to hurt her feelings or to stoop to her level? Probably not.
To be fair, I'd do the same thing.
You know, it's probably the first thing that popped into his head
Mm-hmm.
because he was still mulling over the fact. And I mean, he might be a little bit salty still. Like, he understands the reasons why she was doing these things, but it doesn't not hurt, right?
Okay. So now that we all agree that apparently it's no, which I don't. In the end, like it's like I said, it's really just your audience that you're trying to hit, and
Yeah.
like, if obvious, I don't. I believe that like he's in the right for the most part, but also it's a 15-year-old girl. You gotta like be mindful of that. Just I was gonna say, just finish it, make it easier, please.
I was hitting him.
Minigun guys just suck. Heavy boys with anything just is disgusting. And then here's the edit. So because he edited it, it says I did adopt her, so legally I am her parent. And then there's a mini update that says I'll probably give a full update later, but here's what happened so far. I go to my daughter's room after dinner and begin talking with her. He says, "Hey, I'm really sorry that I hurt you by the words I said, and I am really your dad. I changed your diapers, I met your boyfriend, and I plan on helping you through college. And plus, I'm legally your dad, so we're stuck together. But seriously, I'm going to love you like my daughter, even if you don't think I'm your dad." Then I hugged her. She did start to cry. I assume that's good. That's the entire paragraph.
You won't if you don't.
Man, this suit's so menacing.
Sucker bait.
So that was a pretty easy one. So are you guys ready for the next one?
Yep.
Yeah, give us a difficult one here.
Well, I'm going with the
I know.
ones. Do you know how to Reddit summarize?
Yeah.
I'm going. Yeah, but
You're doing top of all time, then going down.
yeah. Am I the asshole for telling my extended family how many men, roughly, my sister has slept with after she outed our youngest brother as a virgin? Ooh, this sounds like something.
Oh.
This is gonna be spicy. But we had a family dinner this evening. My family has 4 kids in total. Me, my elder sister, which is 29, younger sister, 24, and youngest brother, 22. Extended family attended our family dinner, so all of our significant others, our cousins, aunts and uncles, etc. During the dinner, my elder sister and youngest brother got into a mild disagreement. My sister seemed, at least to me, to be coming across as very aggressive out of frustration in losing said argument. The two of them were too absorbed in their argument to realize the rest of us were getting a bit fed up. Eventually, my sister got really fed up and said, "Shut up! I'm not going to argue with a 22-year-old virgin." Dude, that's going to sound like me soon. My brother hadn't done any personal attacks up until that point. It was completely unprovoked. I think it might have been the alcohol, as my sister is a mean drunk. Anyway, I immediately told my sister to grow up and that she was making an embarrassment of herself. She replied by saying everyone knows he's a virgin and she didn't say anything wrong. This annoyed me, as my bro definitely has confidence issues and doesn't need to be made fun of like this. So I responded by saying how she slept with well over 100 men while she was in college, and that since everyone in the family knows this is not a big deal, right? Turns out her husband didn't know. This, amazingly, I genuinely assumed he must have known. He left the party angrily, saying my sister misled him about her past. Family is blaming me for their marital problems. I refuse to accept that I did anything wrong. My sister bullied my brother in front of everyone. All I did was give her a taste of her own medicine. Is he the asshole?
God.
My man.
No.
First of all,
You said no?
you need to be
Nice.
you need to be honest with your partner.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That is not their fault that you wanted to withhold stuff from your partner.
Now, was
Like-
it the best time and place for it?
No.
No, but I don't think he's an asshole. He could have chosen a better time for it. And you know what? If everyone else in the family knew it, and they all assumed that he would have known because she hadn't told the family, "Hey, my husband doesn't know I slept with 100 guys in college."
Then why are you stealing it?
That's not on him.
No, my biggest thing is if she wanted her privacy like that respected,
I finally get to look at
then
Black Cat.
she should have also respected the other's privacy, right?
And honestly, there's nothing wrong with being a 22-year-old virgin coming from a 23-year-old virgin.
I aspire to be like you someday.
Don't worry.
I mean, could be, and I could be.
I'm sure you can do it too.
Thank you.
That's my honest opinion there. Is like, if she wanted her privacy respected, she should have respected the other person's privacy.
And then was there, I don't know what provoked it at all.
Alcohol, mostly.
Well, yeah, alcohol and all. But man, you don't be going like that, especially when you know that your sibling has confidence issues.
Objectively speaking, no one's in the right. No one should.
No
do
one,
anything.
no one in that situation
Because-
is in the right.
It wasn't his place to say anything, let alone the fact that the whole situation shouldn't have been happening to begin with. You guys are family, things happen, squabbles are gonna go. No one should lie to their significant other.
Yeah.
Everyone in this situation is just an asshole. There is no clear-cut person. Also, like you said last time, we don't really know what actually provoked everything that happened. For all we know, he could have said something personal, and especially with the way the narrator said it, he guessed that it was just the alcohol. She could be a mean drunk. Well, that's just stereotypically speaking.
Yeah.
For all we
Also,
know-
being different alcohols make people act differently.
So everyone just kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And the
I
family.
definitely would agree that there's probably something else underlying their emotional turmoil. They're just trying to find an excuse.
Yeah, and they might have been having other marital issues, and this was just a big like, oh, if you're lying to me about this, what else are you lying to me about?
Well, lying about your whole past is kind of sucky. But also,
Yeah, but
do I blame him? No.
No.
He's the absolute Chad. That's a W in my books. You protect your younger brother, you mass vigilante. Is he the Spider-Man?
is he the Spider-Man? Yeah. Hey, man, jeez, you're
Thing hasn't changed. Screwball's getting others to do her dirty work.
poor guy,
What are they setting up?
poor younger brother. He got screwed over by his sister, outing that in front of all their extended family. And then now, because his brothers tried to stand up for him, his brother's getting in trouble. He must feel kind of like shit.
Hey, listen. Not all heroes wear capes.
You're
Some
right.
expose their sister for how much they fought. There goes my hero.
And then it baffles me that the sister, I don't know, that situation with
That is
the
amazing.
husband thing, I'm like, what?
That is great. That is some innovative plays right there. Well, he may be a virgin, but at least his body count's not in the triple digits. God damn. I love that. That's something I'd do to my sister. Anyways, moving on.
She's using a
Alrighty, here, I grabbed this title because I feel like this is... I think we're going to all go in with a little bit of a bias in the beginning.
Okay.
And it says, am I the asshole for complaining on a vacation that my parents paid for?
Okay.
Gotta use
I haven't read any of it yet, but... like, that title is very interesting. Me, my sister, my two stepbrothers, one of their GFs, and a cousin. My dad and my stepmom all booked a cruise that's leaving tomorrow. We did the road trip all the way to New York by splitting up and having 4 persons... God, the grammar. 4 people in each car, and we decided to stop in New York City to visit a bit, but the experience was awful to me personally. First, my stepmom was in a bad mood and was spreading her negativity all around the car barely an hour after we left the house, while it was 3 in the morning, and that annoyed a lot. It annoyed me a lot, and my dad, who had to stay focused on the road, so we told her to stop, but that just fueled her even more. Everyone was in a bad mood, and I tried my best to stay positive. When we arrived in New York City, everyone was dead from lack of sleep, but the other group of 4 really wanted to go to Times Square, so I said we should go too, and it could be fun. We meet up with the other family members, and we all say that we will go, but they needed to get ready. 20 minutes later, they ended up canceling, which slightly annoyed me because it was their idea, and canceling last minute like that was not fun, but I thought everything was fine and tried to cheer everyone up. We went without the other group, my dad, my stepmom, and my sister. Everything was fine, but the other group changed their mind again and decided to come anyways. They joined us for like 5 minutes, then without a word disappeared. At this point, my parents were getting annoyed, and this happened several times throughout the entire time we were in Times Square. Take that sentence so many times. One of the group leaving the others behind and losing them, and everyone was complaining nonstop and badging? I think it's meant to say bashing, but I don't know. Is badging a word?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well, I mean, that's a...
Watching Spider-Man fall to that song was actually kind of amazing.
Sorry, I thought I had muted it, but
All right, so
I
this
guess-
story just keeps going. Oh,
I
wait,
guess-
never mind. Actually, doesn't. Hang on.
Okay.
I can speed run through this. There was zero organization to begin with, and we had no real means of communication since we were foreigners, Canada, and we had no cell phone service. Everything was a mess, and it was a constant running around trying to find each other, with half the group wanting to sleep and the other wanting to go everywhere without waiting for the others. Lots of negativity in the group and fights between my dad and my stepmom. To finish the evening of beauty, we went to a restaurant and waited 1 hour for cold food that we had to get refunded because of how bad it was, and at this point everyone was sick and everyone complained. Throughout the whole thing, I tried my best to try and avoid negativity, and my parents kept fighting and arguing while everyone was just really tired, but the amount of negativity spread by everyone complaining and all the anxiety I snapped into and started complaining as well when the food came. On the way back to the hotel room, everyone was silent and didn't say anything, and once we arrived there, I explained to my dad and I had no fun at all and felt like shit because half the group didn't have fun either, and the whole thing was just a massive negative chaos from everyone, and I really hope that everything would go better on the cruise. My dad said that I was overreacting, I had fun, and that he paid for the vacation, so I should be grateful to even be there, and I'm the one who suggested we should go to the other group. I was literally trying to find a way to do something fun. I explained that I'm not the only one who felt this way, and he disagreed. My stepbrother literally had bloodshot eyes and was about to fall asleep in the middle of the sidewalk, so I thought that was enough of a sign, not to mention him and my stepmom constantly fighting. Am I the asshole for that? After cooling off a bit, I feel like my dad might have been right since I didn't pay for the vacation. Would have been better if I didn't say anything about how I felt. I feel like I'm the asshole because it killed the mood of my mom and my stepmom, my dad and my stepmom, who apparently enjoyed the day while I didn't. But I just wanted to get some of this off my chest and tried to avoid a repeat.
Security guard was hurt.
We're going to give our opinion in the next episode.
you do realize that you didn't have to go some shady on that, right? Like the time limit's just there. It's like, hey, a reminder.
Yeah.
As long as we record for 4 hours, it could be a 4-hour long episode.
Oh.
Why does no one tell me these things until after?
I was trying to, but you just kept going. I was like, I can't just start shouting at you.
Alright, hey, Anthony, you should subtitle that.
No.
No.
No. If you want to, you can.
I don't want to subtitle it.
I heard someone stole a rare brick.
But,
I love
so, pretty much, because they were all being so wishy-washy, they couldn't decide.
No one had a good time.
Yeah.
Everyone was arguing with everyone. No one had a good time. And then when the kid complained about it, the parents told them they should be grateful that they got the opportunity to go.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the point of going if you don't have a good time?
Antique
And
books.
yeah, exactly. And
Looks like it's volume
I'm sorry.
2 of a set.
like, I understand to an extent of like everyone's like, oh well, you didn't pay for it, you don't have any like room to complain. But at the same time, like
Alicia, there have to be more
if someone's
things
still ruining something, they're still ruining something.
Yeah. And the fact that nobody was having fun, and he's like, well, looks like the dad was trying to find an out,
Got it.
right?
There's the
He was deluding himself into thinking he was having fun, and then he was trying to be like, stop being so negative. It was obviously great. Can't you tell? I don't know.
Tell MJ. She looks like
If you don't have fun on the trip, then the trip wasn't worth it. It's as
No,
simple
yeah,
as that.
exactly.
Yeah.
You can be someone else can pay for it, but if you don't have a good time, then
You're
You
still
don't
not
have a
having
good time.
yeah.
Here comes some of his brothers.
If I
And
were
just because you speak your mind doesn't mean you should feel bad for it. Like, sorry.
if I don't know, you can go in with the best intentions, but just because you go in with the best intentions doesn't mean the best happens. You know?
Yeah.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean-
like if like say like Dustin was like a super shitty person at like a store party or whatever, you know, like I said something, I'm like yeah, I didn't pay for it, I don't care, but Dustin was just being shitty.
You're gonna like.
Well, that doesn't change somebody else's attitude because you didn't pay for it.
You shouldn't have to be. Excuse me. You shouldn't have to be obligated to be grateful.
Nah,
If you are feeling obligated to do something, then it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's true. That's how I feel about passion. That's how I feel about work. That's how I feel about everything.
Where's the drive?
If you are only doing it out of obligation, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
after this cutscene, I think we can just wrap up there. Then.
that was my plan. Yeah, I was letting this finish up this topic because there's no way I was going to remember everything you said into the next episode.
I
Yeah.
remember everything I was gonna say. Not word for word, but I could explain it.
Yeah. But yeah, like, it was not like the worst thing, but like just
You said you knew what happened next.
stupid that they're like, "Ooh, you-"
I don't think the kid should be held accountable
No.
for anything because the kid, though having the best intentions, was honest, and I believe that honesty is good. you can
mean, I feel like
honestly
Superman
say
would
you
agree.
didn't have fun on a trip. If you can't do that, then maybe you shouldn't be going on a trip with those people.
Yeah.
Just because they're family doesn't mean you have to spend 24/7 with them.
Oh, yeah.
Or go on a vacation with them.
Exactly.
I heard the furious clicking from over here. Like, let me
Yeah.
get the finisher. Let me get the finisher.
Anyways.
Alright.
Oh my God! There's another cutscene.
Look at those shoes, though.
Dude, look at the drippy shoes.
Great.
Well, there we go. I haven't read that fast in a long time.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to keep up with you.
Yeah.
But, alright, do you want to wrap this up then, Chris?
Sure. I don't know what you want me to do.
Just, like, say the
Don't
bye-bye
grab
stuff.
my weebus.
Alright.
Alright, so this was Spider-Man in review.
Not this time.
Nah, this was the first part of the DLC for Spider-Man PS5, Black Cat. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. So,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
ciao muchachos.